Hey everybody, I'm Chase Sr. and he's Harrison Graham. You're watching Any Given Thursday by Chat Sports. We go live every single Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific.
The video you're about to watch first aired on that show this past Thursday, so sit back and enjoy, and if you like what you see, join us every Thursday on Chat Sports. Harrison Graham and Chase Sr. discussing Dallas Mavericks preseason headlines here on Any Given Thursday by Chat Sports. We go live on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel every Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific time. Chase, I've cooked up a few storylines here for the Dallas Mavericks. Obviously, you got a new head coach in Jason Kidd.
Yep.
You've got Kristaps Porzingis coming back. It appears him and Luka have made amends. We'll see if that ends up actually being the case. But if you want more Dallas Mavericks videos, hit that link below. It's youtube.com/MavsTV. While producer Jeremy figures things out on the graphics side, what are some of your early thoughts on the Mavs coming into this year?
I think it's a really big season for the Dallas Mavericks as well as Luka Doncic. I can't believe this franchise has not made it past the first round of the NBA playoffs going back to 2011 when they took down the Miami Heat in the NBA Finals. That's a long time for a team in a major market with an owner in Mark Cuban who's always willing to invest to put a winning team on the floor. And they've won a lot of games over time. This is the year where they have to make a statement.
Got to win a playoff series.
Luka has to put the team on his back again, and they actually have to get past the first round.
So let's get into some of these storylines here. Number one, speaking of J. Kidd, the new head coach, up-tempo offense? Well, through one preseason game, that appears to be the case. And that would be getting back to what this Mavericks team did a couple of years ago when they had the best offensive efficiency in NBA history, the year of the bubble. No offense was better in the history of the sport based on at least the numbers, right? I'm sure there's been better offenses, but it seems like the Mavs are committed to getting back up and down the floor, playing up tempo, trying to run and gun and beat people out in the open court. And I think that's a good idea because they got enough shooters. Luka can run the fast break. You got KP who can kind of play that Dirk role as a trailing three-point shooter type. And I think that makes a lot of sense. Play fast, move the ball, get other guys involved, and I like that aspect of what Jason Kidd appears to be bringing. We'll see what the rest of the preseason looks like, but so far it tends to be that this team is not going to play slow. They don't want to play in the half court. They want to run a gun throughout this season. Now the question is, can Luka and KP play well together? They have at times, but there's obviously been a lot of injuries to Porzingis. Type Y for yes, type in for no. Can Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis play well together this season? Well, at least according to reports, these guys are on the same page. Someone I trust has told me that they had a kind of a powwow, kind of a, hey, let's bury the hatchet moment because, let's be honest, these two guys need each other to succeed and to win a lot of games. That's just the bottom line. Luka Doncic, he's a bona fide superstar. We know that. We know what he's about. He's the leading front runner to win MVP based on odds, but as we saw in the Clippers series last year, he can't do it all alone. He can do a lot alone, but he needs a sidekick, and that, of course, is why this team traded for Kristaps Porzingis a couple of years ago. There's been a lot of injuries. There's been some drama, but I think revamping the staff, getting rid of Poker Bob, that guy's a total stiff, and having these two guys sit down and be men and say, hey, we need each other to succeed. Let's bury the hatchet. It sounds like that has happened. Obviously, we got to see how they coexist during the regular season, but if they can get back on the same page and in each other's good graces, I think there's still some hope for this duo to do a lot of damage together in the Western Conference. And then I wanted to talk about Moses Brown. Moses Brown, who's kind of bounced around as a young player. The Mavs end up picking him up. I can't even remember how they picked him up this season. It was either
so he went to Boston in that Kemba Walker
Jay Rich trade,
and then he came back in the
Josh Richardson trade.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So they threw him back. Athletic big, 7'2", 245, looked really good in the Mavs preseason opener. I think he's going to get some minutes in this rotation, which kind of makes things interesting. Could Willie Cauley-Stein get cut and not make this roster? I don't think that'll be the case. I think he's pretty safe. I think it'll come down to Trey Burke or Tyrell Terry. But I like Moses Brown's energy. He can score around the basket, 55% from the floor a year ago, 8.5 points, almost 9 rebounds. He really cleans up the glass. He can block shots as well. I think this could be a player to watch out for that not a lot of Mavs fans know about just yet. He's got some real potential, and I think he is a name to keep an eye on throughout the preseason preseason and then on into the regular season as well. Will this be a breakout season for Moses Brown? Type B for breakout, type N for nah, you're saying too much. And that's very possible. We'll see how Jason Kidd kind of manages his rotation minutes, but they're going to play a lot of up-tempo, you kind of could expect more substitution patterns as well. B for breakout, N for nah, let us know. Chase, give me a couple of thoughts on these headlines if you have any more thoughts on this squad before we get to opening night here.
Yeah, really quickly, I think Jason Kidd has learned from his past failures with the Milwaukee Bucks and Brooklyn Nets. I like the hire at the time. I'm looking forward to seeing what Nico Harrison can do. I think the jury is still out with him. Luka and KP, I'm not really buying into the fact that they're on the same page and now all of a sudden they're best friends. Only time will tell.
They don't need to be best friends.
I do hope that Jason Kidd puts Luka and KP in a better position for them to both
That's
be
really
successful.
what matters, right?
Because KP in the playoffs, it was just a weird fit with him hovering around the perimeter, kind of just stuck in the corner. Moses Brown breakout, I could see it. I really could, because the Mavericks are somewhat thin there, and he showed me in spurts last year that he could be a pretty solid and active player.
So if you're a Mavs fan, hit that subscribe button on our Mavs channel, youtube.com/MavsTV. So the NBA preseason is ongoing. Harrison Graham and Chase Sr. here, and which means the NBA regular season is just around the corner. So we'll kind of get you guys caught up with some of the schedule, the dates, and storylines in the preseason here. Obviously, some games have already happened. All teams, I should say, play 4 exhibition games during the preseason before things get ramped up here in the later part of October. October 19th, there's a couple of games, and then all 30 NBA teams are in action by the 21st. But basketball, it's back in the preseason. The regular season is almost back. Chase, you ready, man? You ready for opening night?
I'm ready because I started here at Chat Sports on March 1, and I got to see what the NBA trade deadline was like, NBA playoffs, NBA free agency, the NBA draft, and I got to see firsthand how wide of an audience we have when it comes to the NBA. I'm ready to ramp up our coverage because I love talking hoops with the peeps.
So type me down in the comments if you're ready for opening night of the NBA. Get those me's down below. We've talked about this recently, the MVP odds, Chase. Anything change for you? You think these make sense? Luka plus 400, Steph plus 500, Giannis, Embiid, and LeBron, and several others at plus 1,200 as well. How do you feel about the latest Vegas odds when it comes to MVP?
Well, there's a scenario in which I could see every one of these guys winning MVP.
Sure.
Like if the Mavericks are a top 3 team and Luka averages 30 plus, I could see him winning the MVP. If Steph Curry has a season for an entire 82-game slate like he had after the All-Star break last year, in which he put forward one of the best offensive displays that we've ever seen, he could win MVP. If the Warriors are back with a healthy Klay Thompson, Giannis has a lot of momentum considering he's coming off that NBA Finals MVP, and he's already won a couple of league MVPs. And then if Joel Embiid really puts the team on his back during all of this Ben Simmons controversy and drama.
If he goes out now, averages like 31
I think he would have won last year if he didn't get injured. That paved the way for Nikola Jokic to win MVP. At 7-1 odds, that's pretty good value. And then LeBron James and Kevin Durant, both at 12-1 odds. Let's say the Lakers come back, they're the number 1 seed, and by far and away they're the best team in the NBA. LeBron could win it, and then KD is always a walking bucket to win MVP.
How disrespectful are we being to Jokic? He's not even in the top 5.
I know.
He won it last year.
I just don't think he's going to win back-to-back.
Probably not, but man, that's pretty disappointing for him. Shout out your favorite player in the comments. Maybe it's one of those guys. Maybe it's someone else. Let us know who your favorite player in the NBA actually is right now. We'll go ahead and take a look at the title odds as well. This is the most recent odds here. You got to wonder if these Nets odds start to shift here, Chase, with the whole Kyrie Irving situation. You got the Lakers at plus 300 and then defending champs at plus 900.
If I had to put money on a team right now, I wouldn't put money on the Nets. First of all, there's not really good value, and we don't know how often Kyrie Irving is going to be available for Brooklyn because there's a chance that he doesn't play any of the home games in Brooklyn. Lakers at plus 300 at 3-1 odds. It's decent value. I'm kind of looking, if you want value, like true value, Bucks at 9-1 odds, Warriors at 11-1 odds. I really wouldn't take the Jazz. I think the Bucks and Warriors have the best odds on that list.
I think the best value play is the Bucks. at plus. I mean,
I
they
think
won
so,
it
too.
last year.
Yeah.
I mean, they're at least in the mix, if nothing else. So, hey, NBA season just around the corner. Preseason continues to get underway as we get to see, kind of that first sniff of these 30 teams before basketball officially gets back on October 19th. I can't wait, and we'll continue to have you guys covered here at Chat Sports. It's youtube.com/ChatSportsTV. Myself, Chase Sr. will have you guys covered on all things NBA throughout the regular season. Once trade deadline almost gets here in March, that's when things really ramp up, and then, of course, the postseason and next offseason as well. It's youtube.com/ChatSportsTV.